Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. Today's going to be a little bit of a story time about my 2003 Escalade build so far. So back in November of 2023, found this Escalade on Marketplace with a Hurt 6-liter in it. Went to check it out and knew I had a 5.3 laying around of the same generation. So took it for a test drive as it was, knew it was hurt, knew it wouldn't stay running. And as you can tell from this screenshot here, it was good enough for me. So I bought it, brought it home. Then I noticed something kind of flopping in the rear view on the way home. I think he needs a few more self-tappers. Sure, right? And she rode home just fine after that. There's no problem, made it home, nothing fell off. Next day, Dustin and I went and got my 5.3 from my parents' house. We started the swap that day, pretty much, maybe the next day. It took us about a week. But after that week, the Escalade drove out of the shop on its own with the 5.3 in it. And I drove it that way for a few months, actually. Took it on a trip about 4 hours out from the house. And on the way back, not far from where I stopped and turned around, started noticing a plume of smoke behind me, a trail of smoke. And I thought, no way, that's me. Kept watching it. It was me. Found a nice gas station to pull off at, inspected a little bit, and no fire, nothing like that, but I couldn't figure out where the fluid, whatever was burning, was coming from. So called Dustin, had him come get me in the middle of the night, and got it home and figured out it was the vent tube on the front diff. So this is late January now. Early February, I just went ahead and replaced the diff. Didn't want to mess with it. And then in March, started rebuilding the 6-liter because I was wanting to put that back in the Escalade rebuilt because I knew that 5.3 was going to last only a little while. It was a junkyard motor. I hadn't touched it at all. So started rebuilding the 6-liter, put back in it. And that's when we started filming bits and pieces of the project. So I'm gonna let Dustin take it away from here, but I'll be back to fill in some gaps here and there.
All right, y'all, here's what we got going on here. I'm Dustin. That's my brother Brandon, Big T. We got this here 6-liter that come out of this old Marketplace Escalade. We already had a 5.3 laying around. Did a little swap there. Did a bit of a rebuild on this here 6-liter and about to fire off for the first time. Kind of a little jerry-rigged situation we got going on here, but we've done it before, I swear.
Yeah!
Maybe another day. Time. Something like that. I liked it.
We're ready to fire it off, boy!
What's that say over there? That gay bitty stuff? Bye. Yellow! We got our first fire off on the fresh rebuild. It also happened to spring a oil leak because I was missing a bolt on the oil cooler lines, or what would be the oil cooler lines. And then you hear the phone ring at the end because my brother-in-law next door happened to call. He heard us yelling at the end of that and heard motor noises, so he had to figure out what was going on. We fixed the leak. I got a long bolt off a 90s 350 Vortec throttle body and threw it on there. And I wanted to try to keep the motor running for longer, so we went back and tried to get it started again.
No.
Twice wasn't quite enough for me, so we refueled and went for a third time. We were able to keep it running for more than a few seconds on the stand, and I was clearly pretty excited about that. We immediately got things moved around so the Escalade could back into the operating room, and we got to work, pulling the 5.3 out, putting the 6 liter back in. But then, before we got things too buttoned up, we started to get the 6-liter to run in the truck, or started to try to get the 6-liter to run in the truck. And that took a little time, as you'll see. So we got a taste right there of just how choppy this engine is going to be, which is pretty fun because we've never had anything with an aggressive cam like that before. This is going to be our first. But it wasn't quite running quite how I'd like it before it all got buttoned up. So I started thinking, what else might it need? Maybe the MAF. Let's throw that on there. Let's throw the intake back on there, see if that helps. So that's what I'm doing here, and then I go back to trying to start it, and I keep doing that for a while.
Yeah, we're right there. Oh, that'll work right there.
That would indeed.
Boy, them 5.9 sound good, don't it?
Alright, so here's what we got going on. I believe last time y'all saw anything about this Escalade is I was finishing up the exhaust at my parents'. Well, that was around Christmas time. It's now March 1st. Things happen. But the exhaust is done. Did get the exhaust done, and I drove it over here to my house. See, back at my house. Lovely. Yeah. So it drives, it runs, it still needs tuned, but it's got an exhaust on it. It's got a 3-inch and 3-inch Y into a cutout, electronic cutout, and that's connected to a thrush muffler, and then the other side's just a dump. And it dumps. Both are right here at the back door. I'll set y'all up and let's do it. there it is. Sounds pretty good, I think. Now, just need to get a oil change for it. I'm gonna go to Walmart real quick and get that. Need to get one for the Caddy and for the Duramax right here. They both need one for different reasons. But I might get some driving shots of the Escalade after the oil change. Not gonna set y'all up for and watch the oil change. It's an oil change. You see that everywhere. Simple stuff. But I think that's gonna be the end of this video. Minus those driving shots if I get around to them. So yeah, I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. See you.